Hi, welcome to MGT559 Contemporary Issues in Leadership. I'm Dr. Heddy Bryant and I will be your lecturer and facilitator of learning for the summer session. This is a really interesting subject. It may be a challenging subject if you haven't studied leadership together, but I really take the philosophy that we learn by doing and we learn with each other in groups, and I'm really here to guide that process as well. So contemporary issues in leadership is quite a broad ranging and edgy subject to teach. There are so many contemporary issues happening across the globe. So we're moving away from just looking at your organisational settings to a more a global perspective. So there are three areas that we're really particularly focused on in contemporary issues and leadership. We're focused on ethics and social justice, health and well-being, and leadership for sustainability. In fact, leadership for sustainability underpins this subject. It's very much about leading collaboratively, collectively, and relationally, moving away from an individualist approach, which the authors of the textbook you will be using and reading call the heroic approach to leadership or unsustainable leadership. So you'll learn a lot about how we're moving from a very heroic individual approach to leadership, and we're now looking more at how can leadership be shared, how is it distributed, networked leadership, how do we socially construct leadership. One group of people create one particular leadership in a particular social setting, and others create a different leadership. So it may challenge you, but it's very structured. We'll follow the textbook, but there'll be a lot more readings as well. I will hold lectures not every week, possibly about every second week, might be more often. Make sure you hop onto the site and look at the subject outline. It's always the font of all knowledge. Look at the schedule. Put in your diary the online lectures so that you know when they're on. Put in your diary when the assessments are due. The assessments are very well paced. The first three assessments are nested into each other. So assessment one is an assessment where you'll write about a leadership issue in one of those three areas. You'll share that issue on a discussion forum with others, and then you will curate all of that information and put it into a proper academic research paper. And then the second half of the session, you will work with others, with some of your peers. I'll put you into groups, only for a short amount of time, to actually look at a contemporary issue. And that contemporary issue is bushfire, sustainable bushfire management in Australia. As you would know, we are having increasingly more bushfires. As I record this video from Bathurst, there are fires burning in Mudgee, there are fires burning across the state in the northern rivers where I come from, near Byron Bay. There are lots of fires. There's going to be more fires. We've had floods. More and more with climate change, we will have emerging natural disasters. And the work of leadership is shifting as a result. Our contemporary ways of leading aren't just confined within our organisations anymore. They are impacted by the community, what's happening in the community. More and more we will have to respond, like in 20, 21 and 22. All of our organisations had to pivot the way we worked because of COVID-19. I know at Charles Sturt University, we actually helped a lot of people during the floods last year and earlier this year. We housed a lot of people, we provided goods for them, etc. So more and more we're going to be looking at how we respond in the wider community as well, and how that impacts our work of leadership within our organisations. What's going on socially, globally, environmentally, financially, economically, ethically, is going to impact the way we work, the way we lead. So you'll learn a lot about what's happening with contemporary issues. The other really strong underlying theme of this subject is Indigenous ways of knowing and being, Indigenous values. So looking at an Indigenous collectivist mindset. A lot of students in the past in this subject have used that. So that's really important. But underpinning all of it is a critical way of looking at things. So we're not just looking at things at the surface level, we're going deeper to really interrogate, what does this really mean? What are our biases and assumptions in this space? What is it that people are saying that may not be authentic, that we really have to critique and look more deeply at? So you will be challenged, but I think you'll really enjoy it. There's a lot of practical aspects to the subject as well. And the goals in the lectures, it's really important that you can come to online meetings. If you can't, they're all recorded. And if you can't and you want to contact me, send me an email at hbryant@csu.edu.au. And then we can have a phone conversation or a Zoom or something like that, or a FaceTime, whatever's most suitable for you. Okay, so we're here to support you. Reach out to me early, look at the assessments, make sure that you've read all of the assessments so you actually have a bit of an idea of what's expected of you over the session. It may be a summer session, but that doesn't mean we're on holidays. We're here business as usual, apart from over the break, which is about Christmas Eve, the 24th, to I think about the 3rd of January. So we will have a bit of a break, which will be great for Christmas. Okay, so I look forward to meeting you all. There's quite a few people in the subject. I think there's about 40. Some of you I've taught before, many of you I haven't. I'm looking forward to getting to know you and for us to have an enjoyable journey together. Remember, learning is just as much about unlearning, and you'll learn that during the subject. And not to get too stressed and fearful. We're all here to learn together, and it should be fun, it should be enjoyable. So yeah, looking forward to meeting you all. Cheers.